Hi, welcome to the Resources Roadhouse. I'm Wally Graham and I'm at the 2020 RIU Explorers Conference in Fremantle, and I am talking with Rick Yeates, who's Managing Director of Middle Island Resources. So Rick, just there's a couple of things we've got to get through here. Yesterday, announcement you released was the completion of the allocation of some Northern Territory projects. Can you just fill us in on those?
Yeah, for sure, Wally. Look, it was... we applied for about 4,000 square kilometres back in October last year, following the lifting of a moratorium on exploration licence applications across the Barkly Tableland. It's focused on a 5-year collaborative pre-competitive research undertaken by Geoscience Australia, Northern Territory Geological Survey and the Queensland Geological Survey. And what that's come up with is some fascinating opportunity for sort of Tier 1 IOCG targets along what's called the East Tennant Ridge, which extends from Tennant Creek to Mount Isa, right, beneath the Georgina Basin. Uh-huh. So it's a very similar model to the Paterson Province beneath the Paterson Formation, Northern Victoria beneath the Murray Basin, very similar sort of model, so exploring undercover effectively. We've been following the story for some time. And when the moratorium was lifted on the 7th of October, 8 a.m, we had 6 applications on the department's desk. And look, last week the outcome of that competing applications was advised to us, and we've ended up with about 60% of what was competing. 2 of the original applications were granted straight off because there was no competition. The remaining 4 were all competing. Right. And look, we're in pretty good company there with Newcrest and Rio Tinto. Yep. So certainly provides some validation of the merits of the project and also the strategy behind it as well.
So does that mean, do you have to go out and get out there straight away, or can you wait a bit, do a bit more research before you realise, where we really want to go and hit the ground?
Look, we've got the tenements are unlikely to be granted before about the middle of the year, so they've got to go through the usual regulatory processes. Yep. But they've been accepted in their current form, so just subject to those regulatory processes, they will be granted probably around mid-year. And look, for the first year or 2, it will be primarily around validating the original targeting that we did, which was some of our own work and riding on the back of the pre-competitive work. And also, we will look to refine those targets by more detailed geophysical program to identify specific drilling targets in the first couple of years of that work. Interestingly, there's about 20 reserves within that area for government drilling that's scheduled to be undertaken during 2020 calendar year. Yep. And that will be essentially some of the first stratigraphic drilling of the basement beneath the Georgina Basin. Yeah. So that will be fascinating, and that is targeted quite specifically on the geophysics as well. Okay.
Well, it sounds like you're going to be pretty busy because you'll be doing all that, but at the same time, back in WA, the Sandstone project is still basically the main priority?
Correct. That's still our primary focus. And look, courtesy of having significant funding available to us now, we started the year with about 2.8 million in the kitty. We've embarked on about a 18,000 metre drilling program, and that program will assess 14 targets, about 8 of which are targets that don't have quantified resources associated with, and in some instances no drilling at all. So some of those are quite exciting. We've had them sitting in our cupboard for some time without the wherefore to be able to do much with them. So that's exciting stuff. The balance of the work will be on existing deposits, either extending those deposits or upgrading 2004 resources to 2012 status. And concept basically to bring in additional inventory to bear on the feasibility study work. So in Q2 we'll be undertaking completing the update of the pre-feasibility study, and hopefully by mid-year we'll be in a position to revisit the recommissioning decision.
Okay, yeah, so basically we have to wait until then before we've got an idea about the plant.
And as you're aware, we've already got a 600,000 tonne per annum processing plant on care and maintenance. Yep. So and we've got updated costings to refurbish that, which are essentially the same as what they were previously.
Yeah.
No real change there.
All right. Well, as I was just saying before, with the Northern Territory stuff and with all the sandstone stuff, you're a busy man, Rick.
Yeah, no, we're getting there.
Yeah.
And probably arguably too small a team at the moment, but we'll look to deal with that.
All right, no worries. Well, when you do get a little bit of time, let us know what's going on so that we can tell everybody at the Roadhouse how everything's going.
Beauty. Thanks
All right.
very much indeed. Right, Wally.
Thanks, Rick.
Cheers.